Terima kasih, saudari pengacara majlis. You can see I'm not a youth because I came with a PowerPoint presentation and all that. But thank you, my colleague from my office told me that we're going to be in a garden, so I'll spare you the PowerPoint. First of all, I'd like to recognize Yang Berhormat Dato Sri Saifuddin bin Abdullah, Deputy Chair of APP GM SDG, Mr. Robert Grass, United Nations Resident Coordinator and Representative of UNICEF, Dato Denison Jane Surya, Head of Secretariat APP MGM SDG, Ms. Zoel Leung, of course, Mr. Phyllis George, corporate partners, and also I noticed we have got our botanists here with us, which is very important to impart knowledge down. But right. I'll still tempted to just derive some things from my PowerPoint so that I don't forget. Right. Just a second, right? Am I? Right. So I think it's very important for Malaysia this year as we chair ASEAN under the theme of inclusivity and sustainability. And ASEAN with over 200 million youth. That figure, I use the word over because different countries have got different definition for youth. And ramai di antara kita masih perasan kita belia. So in Malaysia, come 2026, January 1st, the age of youth will be tapered to 30 years old. Now it's 40, but next year onwards it'll be 30. So I think collectively, I think it's just not a cliche, but we are all faced with different challenges. When Dato Denison and Memang in Ybhg, when we used to get bullied those days, we have to physically be bullied. But now I know youth, you can even get bullied remotely by someone who you do not know. So challenges have changed. The world is in a very different space now. So at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, we are also trying to reinvent our programs. And I'm happy that I'm here. I'd like to listen to some feedbacks because I think what we did in the past may be still relevant, but we still need to reinvent our programs so that it's relevant and resonates with youth today. One of the problem statements that we have is, belia sekarang tidak, all of you all understand Malay, right? Okay, because I was told there might be some ASEAN participants, but well, belia sekarang tidak mahu berpersatuan, YB. So angka belia berpersatuan adalah about 1.3 million youth out of the 9 million youths. But I look at it in a different angle. Those days when we didn't have gadgets and all that, to know Dato Denison or YB, I need to meet you physically, so I need to join a persatuan. But nowadays my children tell me they can watch movie while staying in their room on a Netflix. I don't know what they do. They're actually watching movies together. So keperluan berpersatuan itu mungkin telah berbeza dengan adanya technology, right? So now you can be friends through many media socials. So that are some of the things that we think is changing in the world. What is important is because we are talking about SDG, the report card for SDG is out, the 2024 report card is out. ASEAN is not doing badly. I think we are hovering between the 10 countries, our marks are between 62 to 74. Vietnam and Thailand is doing very well. Malaysia's marks is about 69, I think. There are a lot of things to catch up. I was also quite surprised while reading the report on SDG 1 on poverty. Malaysia, I think, is not so much about poverty, it's about the gap. And the gap is growing even among youth. So those are areas that we really need to look. And what's also happening in the global space, people keep talking about climate change. Malaysia's emission of greenhouse gases is only 0.7% of global emission. Even if we do everything, our impact is not going to be big, but we must do something. But I think what is really more important for Malaysia is we are blessed with amazing biodiversity. We are one of the mega biodiverse countries in the world. There are only 12 countries that houses tigers, very few countries that has tapirs. So these are all very important, and I think we need to also look at just not the climate action is important, but also biodiversity action is important. So I'm glad to be in this secret garden. Saya pun pertama kali datang, dia macam saya membesar di Segamat. So di Gunung Ledang ada, dia kata Taman Puteri. Yang saya tak pernah jumpa, saya pernah mendaki Gunung Ledang 2 kali. Tapi Taman Puteri tu saya tak jumpa lagi. Dan diorang kata nasib baik tak jumpa sebab takut tak balik. So this secret garden is very important. I was told there's how many over species? 50? 500 species. So it's very important. And I think Phyllis made a good point. We are all connected. Even nature is connected. What we do to nature comes back to us. You can't enjoy your durian without the mangroves because the bats forage on the mangroves and then they pollinate the durians. So it's all connected, just like us, regardless of our background, our skin color. We're all very much connected. So I think I have to applaud the youth. I think compared to the youth of my generation, the youth of these days, there's a resurgence in action. But I think what's really important is we need to move from awareness. I think social media has a lot of information, but there's little education. And what we really need to do is, together, move from awareness building to real action on the ground. And I think the Gen Z and Gen Alpha is a bit different. You guys like to be independent, so I think innovation is very important. I think COVID taught us something. When COVID came along, we were, it was a big wake-up call. And I think my colleagues in the Ministry of Science are now trying to really drive an economy based on innovation, because we have always been users of technology. But I think I see that the youth has got a huge space to be innovators so that we also become creators of technology and to be a resilient country with what everything is happening with the tariffs and all that, right? And something that's also very encouraging, in KBS we've got this program called Satria, volunteerism, and we see the sign up is really big. And I think the other day when we had the gas pipeline, the youth was there, right there in the forefront, helping the people who were affected by the fire. Thank you all. And that's very important. Also, something that we do consciously in KBS is getting youth into policy making. We have come out with a document called Model Pembangunan Belia Madani, which was actually drafted by the Majlis Belia Malaysia with other youth. And something that's very important is also knowing your rights. We have reduced the voting age to 18, undi 18. Tetapi jangan menurunkan usia undi itu, it must come with education. You are a very powerful, you can determine who rules the country. Oleh itu, jika anda pergi ke laman web ini, kuasaorangmuda.com, you'll get materials, not to tell you now undi parti mana, but educating you on the parliamentary process, on the democratic process. Because ada belia tanya I, Uncle, kenapa I dapat 2 borang bila undi? Sedih lah bila dia panggil uncle. Lagi sedih bila dia kata kenapa dia dapat 2 borang. You know, one is for adun, one is for pas. So, perkara-perkara begitu jika kita tidak mengajar. Dan ada juga, it's not a joke, I was told that when they dip their hand in their finger, they thought that finger tak boleh kering to bangka. Ada, walaupun dapat pelik, tapi ada. Ya. So, jadi kita telah menghasilkan laman web ini, Kuasa Orang Muda, untuk mendidik anak muda tentang how powerful you are and to exercise your rights in a justified manner. So, itu sangat penting. Dan kami di Malaysia, melalui Kementerian Belia dan Sukan, kami ada banyak program. I will just go, kena promosi lah dah datang kan. So, we have got Rakan Muda. Rakan Muda ialah satu program. Sorry Robert Gas, but I know you speak Malay quite well. Sedikit boleh kan? Rakan Muda sebenarnya program lama. Masa kami di sekolah pun ada pada tahun 90-an. Tetapi ia telah diberi nafas baru. Rakan Muda ada 10 gaya hidup. Dulu kita buat Rakan Muda kerana belia ada masalah dada dan sebagainya. Tetapi masalah sekarang berlainan ya dengan cyberbully dan pelbagai lagi. So Rakan Muda. Kita juga ada Ybhg. Saya teruja melihat Universiti Melaya pun ada Youth Hub. Kita juga di KBS ada Youth Hub untuk memberikan ruang yang selamat untuk belia berinteraksi tanpa melepak di tempat yang salah. So kami ada so far tak banyak, 6, tapi kita akan menambah lagi Youth Hub. Of course, Kuasa Muda, I spoke about it. Then something that I get criticized quite directly from my own kids. They say, you all speak a lot about youth, but where can I find information about youth? So that moved us to come out with a dashboard belia. The website is very simple. It's not very catchy. It's dbbelia.gov.my, dashboard belia. Just Google it, it will come out. So we are trying to populate it as a one-stop portal for youth. You want to know mana nak dapat beasiswa, nak buka bisnes, nak cari duit untuk buka bisnes, pelbagai lagi. It's still work in progress. Jangan marah, uncle tipu, no. But it's work in progress, but there's things there. You will know what programs we are doing because there's a lot of information. YB, one of the criticism that we get is, belia rasa kerajaan tidak membuat cukup. And saya mengakui ini that government can't do enough. We need everyone. We need corporate sector. We need NGOs. We need youth. We need academicians. We also need warga yang sudah jadi beliau untuk membantu agenda belia negara. So we are trying our best. So we've got this kind of programs. We have also got grants. This year, thanks to Ministry of Finance, we just do not want to lip saying. So, you know, at UN meetings, many of the international agenda is crafted at UN meetings. So we've got a little bit of dana to send our youth for international meeting. Just go and Google www.kbs.gov/IYF, International Youth Fund. The first window is closed, the next window will close in August. So if just say there's a UN meeting happening, like last year, there was something big happening in UN, the Global Pact for the Future, where there's a chapter on youth. I think some NGOs participated, but it'd be great.
We sent fillers.
Great. So that's why it was a good document. Thank you, Phyllis. No, right. So it is a good document, but I think we must be there, our youth must be there together with diplomats to craft this document. So we have got this little, tahun ni ongkosnya tidak banyak tetapi cukup untuk menghantar.